Yes, talking about poverty. Poverty has been a major social concern in Nigeria years before now, and the successive governments in the past have grappled with the issue of poverty. Unfortunately, none of the governments have been able to hit the nail on the head in terms of finding solution, sustainable solution to alleviating, multidimensional poverty in Nigeria. It is true that since the coming of the Tinubu administration, there has been a kind of a rise in the cost of living. But before then, we must understand that precisely as at 2010, poverty rate in Nigeria was 60.9%. 60.9%. It was that high. But then the Tinubu administration must be kind of understood from the point it is coming from. If it's implementing a bulk of reforms that had never been implemented in the past, we're talking about withdrawal, complete elimination of fuel subsidy, unification of exchange rates, multiple windows of exchange rate, and all that. So, and these are policies that are germane, very central to the economy, but certainly must cause temporary pains to the people. The Tinubu administration, as far as I'm concerned, has taken up, a kind of the bull by the horn by ensuring that it embark on, or rather implement specific interventions to alleviate poverty. In fact, to permanently eliminate poverty from the Nigerian society from multidimensional and multifaceted approach. Now, talk of intervention in terms of a conditional cash transfer. Well, it happened before under the last APC regime, but it is still continuing on that. And we're now talking about the mapping, economic mapping of over 8,000 wards in Nigeria, political wards in Nigeria. That is the Renewed Hope Ward Development Program Initiative. Over 8,000 political wards in Nigeria are being mapped economically for industrial development to ensure that poverty is tackled from the very root. And very interestingly, it is clear that even the president is of the opinion, and he has even given directives to the fact that by 2030, Nigeria's poverty index should reduce considerably. And that aside, we've had a situation whereby NELFund is there to lift up the burden, the extra burden of educational, university education sponsorship from indigent parents. Now over 1 million Nigerian parents and Nigerian families are benefiting from NELFund in terms of university education sponsorship. And the president has committed to doing more. So which means, as we move on, NELFund will continue to take up sponsorship of more children. So the duty of our own duty as citizens should be how to encourage government to to fast track the process, make sure that more children, by the end of this year, 2026, we have about 5 million Nigerian students being catered for in the universities by NELFund. That is aside. Then, in addition, you have the other one. Just recently, Bank of Industry rolled out in 2025 alone over 600 billion naira to businesses to ensure that businesses are revived, medium-scale businesses are revived. All these are targeted at alleviating poverty in the country. And of course, you have the other side of driving down the high inflation, headline inflation rate from 34% to 15% and even downward. So every Nigerian today will attest to the fact that foodstuffs, as far as foodstuffs are concerned, the prices are going down. And this is not just an action, a result of a temporary administrative action by the president. No, it's a result of a sustainable economic policy that is being manifested on the economy. So many things are happening. As far as I'm concerned, when you take a objective poverty survey, on Nigeria's multidimensional poverty index today, you will find that in the last 7 months or so, poverty has considerably reduced in Nigeria. Yes, there are challenges, like in transportation, for instance. It's very clear that ever before the president came in 2023, no government ever took up the challenge to provide CNG infrastructure in Nigeria. And CNG isn't something you can procure overnight. I mean, it's not, you can't get it done spontaneously. But what we have today is that gradually with the presidential task force on CNG, you are having investment, more private investment in CNG. You have tech, even the airport road, for instance. When the whole idea started about converting to CNG, we had only one spot in the entire, from here to Abuja International Airport, as a CNG dispensing center. But today you have 5. I mean, yes, it is not, all over the country is springing up. So these are the realities that we should face. The truth of the matter is that we are recovering gradually. The economy has been stabilized and the economy is recovering. And whether one likes it or not, with the plethora of economic policies of the Tinubu administration and the momentum of progress achieved so far by these economic policies of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, there is no doubt that between now and the end of the president's second term, by this very special grace of God, if you Nigerians will make it possible, poverty will be a thing of the past in Nigeria.